So, how many people know? Some do that I have a huge fear of the cops. I didn't always have this, but kind of derived from a incident a few years ago where I did something stupid under the influence of alcohol, and I didn't give a police officer the answers he wanted, which was no answer, because I didn't know at the time. I was pretty inebriated, and you don't want to incriminate, and you have the Miranda rights, which are your right to remain silent. Well, because I didn't talk, and I do remember, well, since you don't want to say anything, he wanted to ruin my life. He saw that I had no prior history, and he said, "Oh, well, that's going to change. I'm going to write you down for a bunch of felonies." So, what I had done was I had taken a cinder block and thrown it through a window of a parked car. Nobody was in it. I don't really know. My thought. I was in a lot of pain, emotionally, for reasons I won't, because that'd be redundant if I went into that. But this, I remember this cop saying the word shenanigans and things like that, and I was like, no big deal. Shenanigans, that's kind of cool. I like shenanigans. So, and being that this was the first time, I look like shit. I'm tired. I haven't slept much. Being that this was the first time I had been in this kind of trouble, I just went into like boot camp mode. I just, I didn't talk, and observed, and just do what you're told, and learn from watching others make mistakes or do things right or whatever it is. So you just kind of, go with the flow. And I didn't know the procedures and all of that, so it was very strange. So I didn't realize how bad this cop was fucking me over. Again, there was a parked car, and I had thrown a cinder block. I don't, I as I can kind of remember, and I think it was through the back window, but I don't know completely if that was the only window. Um, but and then something bounced off and hit a BMW as well, so there was some damage on a BMW. Um, but no break-in or anything like that. I don't know. So so this cop had written me down for because there was damage on the BMW, 2 attempted burglaries, like felony, and then they found me asleep in a bush, and so that was a criminal trespass. And then I had resisted arrest, passive resistance, because I was sleeping, and he kept writing down that I was faking it. Um, but yet I blew .157 well after I'd ever had my last drink, right? And after they had found me and all this stuff. So there was a time. And so when all was said and done, I broke a window, so I vandalized, which, is wrong. And I should have to pay for that. Insurance shouldn't pay for it. I should pay for it. But the cop thought it would be right, and in his mind, just to write up charges that would send me to prison for 13 years. 13 years because I exercised my Miranda rights. um, it's like, I've never actually told this part. It's pretty disturbing, you know. And he had no idea what I was going through. I didn't know where my daughter was. There was a lot of things going on, and it was pretty stressful. And you know, to try to do that to somebody, especially when they have a clean record, you know, and they broke a window and didn't take anything, and you know, it's scary, you know. And so when there's a cop around or something like that, I get really nervous, even though I'm not doing anything wrong. It's it's just crazy the extremes to which some of these situations lead to. Of course, you know, I never feared for my safety. Not even in jail, really. But anyway, um, so anyway, that's a little bit about this fear of cops I have. It's just, you know, if I get pulled over, my heart. I've only been pulled over once, and it was because I had a headlight out, and it just went out, and I actually had the replacement, so I didn't get a ticket. I just actually bought the wrong one. It was anyway. So the guy was really nice, and you know, and that was after I went to jail. I didn't know what would kind of show up on someone's radar if they pulled me over, and you know, I have my civil rights back and everything. I'm like a regular citizen now, and I had the judgment of guilty set aside, or whatever they call removed. But I still, there's still something out there that shows I was in trouble, so I get denied for things. And it sucks. Fucking sucks. All because the cop couldn't fucking be realistic, and regardless of what I had done, just fucking charge me for what I did. I vandalized something. Regardless if I was under the influence of alcohol or not, that was the action. I should fucking pay for it. And I didn't even have to pay for that window. But I was going to go to jail for 13 years. So I had a plea bargain. And you're guilty. As soon as, if you weren't guilty till proven innocent, then they wouldn't throw you in jail. You know, I wasn't a flight risk. I wasn't, you know, there was just, I was in shackles, hands and feet. It's fucking crazy for breaking a window.